Hey folks, today is Thursday, September the 10th, 2020, and I wanted to chat with you a little bit about this concept or mantra that you hear all the time professed by the Tasty Trade group, which is trade small and trade often. And I use my 16-year-old son's account to really demonstrate this. I mentioned this in previous videos, but my 16-year-old has about $3,000 or so that he's accumulated with his little job over the last 2 years, and he's now started trading that. And it's been interesting. It's been a good bonding experience for us to talk about different opportunities in the marketplace. It is a commonality that can kind of bond people together, that's for sure. And we knew that, of course, Peloton, PTON, just obviously a juggernaut in this stay-at-home environment that we have been in since really March of this year, was reporting earnings today after the market closed. And both of us, I agreed with him. I thought that it was going to pop to the upside. And so the question is, how do you play that idea that you think that Peloton is going to continue to go up? There's so many things that you can do. The leverage, of course, generally comes from options, and where there's good, there's bad. And with options, if you buy an option, you got these low probabilities of success. You got theta working against you. If you sell an option, sometimes, especially just before earnings, you're picking up pennies and getting steamrolled as you try to do that. You're not really looking at the risk reward ratio in the proper light. And so the thing that we did with him is I just said, listen, if you think that Peloton's going up, let's buy some shares. And he bought 2 shares. So he put in a little bit of money and bought a couple $100, about $170 or something worth of shares. When Peloton during the day here, if you look at the activity during the day, you can see that Peloton actually got up to around $96, $97 a share during the day. And I think he ended up buying some around $92, $93 a share or something like that. And then Peloton kept coming down. So we doubled down. We bought another 2 shares. He's into that whole trade about $300, $350. And at least for right now, he ended up being right. Peloton announced it was blowout numbers, obviously. It's up $10 in the after hours, and if that continues to run, even if it doesn't continue to run, percentage-wise, he's going to have a nice profit. If you can make $20, now that doesn't sound a lot to a lot of us, but to my 16-year-old son, he's got to work sometimes in his little part-time job a whole entire week, or at least 2 or 3 days, to get $20 to $40. And so to him, the idea to make $20 off of a $350 investment in a one-day period of time, and that's mind-blowing to him. But he looks like he's on that track. But that's the idea, really, of trading small and trading often and trading small. If he was wrong, you're going to get hurt. Probably you're going to get hurt to the downside by 20 or $30, right? So this is just one thing that I would throw out to you guys. If you're learning to trade, even if you're experienced traders and you're trying new strategies for the first time, you know what? You don't need to paper trade. You really don't need to paper trade. You throw some real money in a real account and do some real trades. But do a $50 trade, do a $60 trade, do an $80 trade if you're aggressive. But it's a whole different ballgame when you're trading with real capital in the real markets with real profit and losses and real dollars on the line. And it's a great way to learn how to trade. And you don't have to throw your life savings into a trade. You should be able to have trades go bad and just kind of look at them and shrug them off and say, hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. If you are having trades that go against you, and we all have those, but if you're having trades that go against you and the financial ruin that it is causing you is burdensome to you, then you're not position sized correctly. So just thought I'd leave that with you guys, a quick little thought, and excited to see how his Peloton trade turns out tomorrow morning.